If I asked you what the best anime series ever conceived was, I'm sure you'd feel compelled to say something like Neon Genesis Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop, Full Metal Alchemist, Fooly Cooly, or maybe something else off the top-rated series on my anime list. But I'm here to say that none of those anime could possibly compare to the masterpiece that is Nyan Neko Sugar Girls. Now, while not as well known as its contemporaries in 2010 as it was released as an OVA, after 10 years since its release, it has now become a cult classic among anime enthusiasts and has gained quite the dedicated fan base. But the question you probably have is, how is this the best anime series to ever exist? Well, let me tell you. Neko Sugar Girls is the definition of complexity, being a genre-bending anime that covers topics which at the time of its conception were usually seen as taboo in a realistic and progressive way. Now, before I talk more about the plot of Neko Sugar Girls, I want to get the elephant out of the room first. The animation. At first glance, it may look like it was made by a toddler that was following the Walmart How to Draw Manga guide in MS Paint, and to be honest, you wouldn't be that far from the truth. But that's why it's so beautiful, and in my opinion, rivals the work of Studio Trigger or Studio IG by ditching the conventions of typical animation. Neko Sugar Girls is truly the Picasso of anime. As you'll see throughout this video, the artistry speaks for itself. The voice acting in many ways matches the stylistic design of the show perfectly, and the voice actors should be applauded for their captivating portrayal of their characters. The emotional range expressed by even secondary characters is Oscar-worthy bar none.
I need complete silence for this spell.
As is the audio quality. While the distinct art style and the technical achievement in audio is enough to get anyone interested, the plot of Neko Sugar Girls is much more important than the stellar frames of animation or audio design. Be warned, however, as this segment will include spoilers in the critically acclaimed show. This anime follows the hardships of three Tomodachi: Hitoshi-san, a heartthrob with the mental capacity of a dog going through heat; Raku-chan, a loud, young-looking college graduate that falls in love with Hitoshi-san at first sight; and Kaneko-chan, who is Raku-chan's level-headed best friend with the personality of an old moldy dish rag. Their chemistry is immaculate from the get-go, as they all become good friends with their first meeting with Hitoshi, but their newly founded interpersonal relationships are soon tested by unfortunate events to follow. Hitoshi, while enjoying his breakfast, is kidnapped by an extremely effeminate and horny assailant. Though not much is known of the assailant and his introduction is unexpected, there is a large chance he is a Wattpad user that is into S&M. Before Hitoshi can be taken advantage of, Kaneko and Raku are forced to save him from a deep dark fantasy. Raku is overjoyed by Hitoshi's thanks, but he himself is curious how things would have played out without the involvement of the Neko girls. On a later day, just as things seem to have been looking up for the three, however, it takes a turn for the worse as Raku, while playing with what seems to be an innocent squirrel, is actually playing with a devilish major antagonist of the series, Squeaker-chan, who is hell-bent on the spread of disease. Squeaker-chan bites Raku in his aggressive state, and Raku falls ill. Hitoshi and Kaneko comfort her with sushi, which makes Raku feel slightly better, but sushi doesn't cure disease. Hitoshi, while fighting his growing homosexual desire for his previous kidnapper, decides to comfort the Neko girls on their trip to the voluptuous veterinarian. The vet, with proportions of a water balloon, unfortunately gives them the sour news.
He's been diagnosed with rabies.
That's right. Raku is now battling rabies with no hope for a cure. Feeling as if she has become a burden to her friends, she runs away, carrying nothing on her except the two volleyballs strapped to her chest. As Kaneko and Hitoshi scramble to find her, Raku reaches enlightenment and fully transforms into a bestial body. After finding Raku in a new form, being harassed by what I can only assume to be the neighborhood ferrets, they save her and return home to rest. Hitoshi and Kaneko decide to spend as much time as possible with her, as they are convinced the rabies is the cause of her new form and will soon take Raku's life. They throw Raku in a bag and go to the amusement park, where Raku turns back to normal and they all have a great time with enough concentrated fan service to kill a large degenerate cow. But amusement parks don't cure rabies. Soon after, Raku goes back to her feral form with amnesia this time and has to be taken to the vet yet again. On the way, Hitoshi meets up with them and tags along, coping with the sad situation by having homoerotic fantasies. Once they arrive at the veterinarian's office, the Sonic fan arc-esque veterinarian explains to them that Raku has actually been possessed by a Neko demon, hence her strange form. The vet then reveals herself to be a shrine maiden that can give Raku an exorcism with a powerful spell. After resting, Raku comes back to her usual self, though she's haunted by horrific nightmares. Being rushed to the veterinarian once again, Vetsama explains that the demon is powerful and can only be contained for a day. Kaneko and Hitoshi give her the best day of her life, as they know that they may never get the chance to do so again. Hitoshi, however, leaves early as he had made secret plans with the man of his affections the night prior via a kinky stalker's note. The next day, things seem to be on the up and up for Raku, which gives her the motivation to confess her love to the handsome and stunning Hitoshi. But as soon as she does, Hitoshi comes out of the closet, with his ex-kidnapper becoming his boyfriend. This event literally breaks Raku's heart, and she is confirmed dead. Hitoshi goes into denial after inadvertently killing his friend. The show ends with Kaneko creepily covering Wham's Last Christmas as the credits roll.
Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away.
That is the entirety of Neko Sugar Girls, and it's nothing short of a work of art. The depth of every single character interaction, the unconventional story progression, the heartfelt drama, and the multitude of twists that defy expectations. Neko Sugar Girls is an avant-garde masterpiece. Even though I've practically explained the whole anime, I still highly recommend everyone to go watch it right now. It's an experience unlike any other, and I can never do it justice summarizing a masterpiece of animation. But if you're not convinced that this is the best anime ever made, the best part of Neko Sugar Girls is that it's, like this entire video, just an elaborate shitpost that spans not only an hour's worth of animation on the YouTube channel SoapOpera46, but also an entire DeviantArt page, both being occasionally active for the last 10 years. SoapOpera46 is so committed to the bit that she still posts artwork of Neko Sugar Girls and still writes in her persona of a weeaboo from 2006 in the current year. And in knowing that all this is an ironic, overly committed shitpost, it comes together as a beautiful piece of trash that is unironically better than most every other OVA made by actual Japanese studios. SoapOpera46, thank you for making a timeless classic that will be remembered as a pinnacle of comedy and possibly the best anime to ever exist. Neko Sugar Girls is something that you should watch, preferably with friends, high amounts of alcohol, and a few cyanide pills for whenever any character starts laughing and the pain is too much to bear.
You guys are so funny,
If you don't mind some comedic irreparable and have some knowledge of trashy anime tropes, I'm sure you'll find this to be an exceptionally made shitpost that makes ironic comedy out of how terrible it is, while also being self-aware enough to fine-tune its jokes. Go watch Neko Sugar Girls, that's all I have to say. That's the video. That's it. Yeah, it took me 2 months to make this shit. I've been fucking sick. I'm trying my best, I promise.